Today, I'm going to show you how to use your envelope punch board, your full-size envelope punch board, to make large-sized envelopes with a sheet of 12 by 12 paper. So no cutting. And I did this one day to figure out what size envelopes this would make, and it's right here, and they're great because there's no weird overlapping. Like, I think there's an envelope on here where like the flap is longer than the bottom of the envelope. These measurements aren't going to do that to you. The only thing that I did wrong here when I wrote these down was right here, I put an X. I put 6 by 25. That should actually be 6.25 inches by 9.5 inches is the size of the envelope. So it doesn't actually do anything. You're not going to measure wrong or cut wrong or anything. That's just me being dumb. And you get a 6.25 by 9.5 inch envelope with that. All the paper sizes are 12 inch, which is awesome. And this is the punch line, the punch spot up here. I will type this out in the description box, and we're going to punch through this, and I'm going to show you how to do this because there's only a really short amount of space here, so you obviously can't score the whole paper. And I know on a lot of these larger envelopes, it's the same thing. You can't score all the way down, but we've got a 12 by 12 inch piece of paper. Let's get punching. So I think I'm just gonna make the bottom one, the 6.5 by 9.25 size, which you punch at 5 inches. So I'm just gonna line it up with the 5 and punch and score as far down as I can, and then I'm just gonna stop. I'm not gonna keep going down the paper because I don't wanna rip it or bend it or anything. So I have a trick because there's obviously no line down here, so there's nothing to line it up with. So my trick is to measure the 5 inch mark for every punch. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So we have the first punch. What you want to do is take the top right corner and bring it down to the bottom left corner. So now the one you punched is over here on your left. Line it up on the 5 inch mark again, punch, and score down to where the board stops again. Now you've got this side, turn it back to the first punch, line that up over here, and just score it. No more punching on that one. So this half of the envelope is done. Now we're going to do the other half of the envelope. So we're going to keep it white side up, and we're going to punch, I don't even know how to explain this. Oh my gosh. So right now, our two punches are on the right, my right-hand side. I'm going to bring those down to the bottom right corner and punch up here. So I'm going to line it up with the 5 inch, punch, and finish that score line. You see how that lined up perfectly right there? So now we just have to do this one corner here. So what we need to do is flip the top right corner down to the bottom left corner, line it up with the 5 inch mark, punch and score. And then all we need to do now is get this score line here by rotating it once. So I took the punch on the left and brought it to the top, line it up, and do that last score line. That has given me a 6.5 inch by 9.25 inch envelope. I love these. I love being able to mail stuff in these. It's very roomy, and there's enough. It's the same as any other envelope. There's enough where you could put a 1/4 inch kind of gusset around it if you wanted to. And there's that. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to show you that punch again. If you've got it down, don't feel like you have to watch anymore, but I'm going to grab another 12 by 12 sheet and show you how to do that one more time. All right, so I grabbed this piece of paper because I think that this will make a very pretty envelope flap. And we're going to try this again. So if you want to make sure that you have a print that ends up as the flap itself, you want to make sure that you start by punching with that at your top right. So we're going to try, how about the 5.75 by 10 inch, 4.5 inch punch line. And that's right there. I've got my flap that I want up in my top right hand corner. So I'm going to punch, score about halfway down. Then I'm going to take this punch right here and bring it over to the left by taking the top corner, flipping it down. And what were we on? 4.5 inch. So let's take the 4.5 inch again and score. And then we're gonna do this flap right here. So we're just gonna turn what we just punched, line it up under this notch right here. Don't have to punch again, just score. I almost punched again. So now we have 1/2 of our envelope done. So we gotta get the other half done by taking this punched flap that's at the top right and bringing it down to the bottom right, lining this corner up at our, I keep forgetting, 4.5 inch mark. Punch, score. And you see how that lines up perfectly? So then again, we have to get this punch down here. So we're going to take this punch that's at the top and bring it to the left by taking the right hand top corner to the bottom left. Put it in there, put it at 4.5, punch, and score. This is our last score mark. So in order to do this, we're going to take this top notch, bring it to the right hand side, line up this notch with the punch, and score. And let's fold her up. See what our envelope looks like. I hope there's nothing overlapping here because I said it didn't do that. It didn't. Ooh, this is a really pretty envelope. There you go. So we have 2 envelopes made with 12 by 12 sheets of paper, no cutting, all punched perfectly, even though the score line doesn't line up with the score line indicator. And yeah, so I have this shorter, longer one and this tall, flat one. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you try this out and you love it, also let me know. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Now we've got to do the last punch over here. So we're just going to rotate the paper till all the punches are on the bottom half. No, no. We're going to flip the paper.